Hello and welcome back. This is Angie Homley-Zabo and I'm here today to show you another really great metals technique. This one is a bit time consuming, but it's pretty simple. I'm going to show you how to make links, to make a necklace or a bracelet using multiple links. The plus about this is you don't have to use any jump rings, so there's no findings. In fact, you don't even have to use clasps. It makes a really secure, well-constructed piece, and it's relatively simple to do. This is an example of a linked necklace. So each section, if you look carefully, is looped through a tab in through a slot to the section beneath it. So if I didn't have the hanging pieces below, everything in this necklace is connected to itself using the actual component and not introducing something like a jump ring, which can fail or pull apart. So really great construction. I'll show you how to put this together, and in the end we'll take a closer look at those finished products. You can make this in a soldered fashion where you're soldering each link shut, or you can do it unsoldered if that's not something that's available to you, which is kind of nice because I know not everybody has that set up. I hope you enjoy this. Get ready. Pretty simple steps. Watch and learn, my friends. We'll see you soon. For the linked necklace, you need a piece kind of like this, in that there is a link, and each link should have a stem or a tab and a hole that stem will go through. And you're going to cut out a whole bunch of these. You can see I have a whole bunch of these guys up here. This is an example of one that's a little bit further along. They're linked together. Each piece, there's a hole in this little whirligig. There's a stem that's been bent back around. So this is a simple example. This is a more complex example. Once you've got all your pieces cut out, you can either make an unsoldered linked piece or a soldered linked piece. If you're doing one without soldering, you need to make sure that each link is fully finished before you connect them. You don't want to do any finishing afterwards. So if you're going to etch or buff or patina, do that before this step. If you are soldering your pieces, which I am, you want to make sure that the backs of each piece where the links are going to end up touching and getting soldered to itself are fully cleaned and sanded. Any patinaing or fine finishing you're going to save until after the piece is soldered. All right, now you're going to cut out all your links, you're going to file, you're going to sand, you're going to do any finishing touches prior to them coming together. Once they're at that stage, now you're ready to bend the links and connect them. You're going to need a pair of flat pliers and a pair of round for this. First thing you're going to do is go to each link. You're going to take the very end of each link in your flat pliers and you're going to tilt it up towards yourself at about a little less than a 90-degree angle. So you can see that bend in the link there. And you're going to do that with each piece. Bend it up towards the front at about a 45. I would do that with each piece. And then I'm going to take each piece, I'm going to take my round pliers, I'm going to put it right below that bend. And I'm just going to spin it back tightly around the tip of that round pliers towards itself. In the end, you want it to fit flush to the back. For now, I need to open that up because it needs to grab the link beneath it. So I'm going to grab right up next to that loop. I've got a shorter stem, so I'm going to use the smallest part of my round pliers and pull back and around. I'm going to do that to each of my pieces. Want to leave a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a gap. Once I've got all my pieces bent back around, I'm going to simply put that tab through the slot and the link below it. And then if I'm not soldering, I'm going to close that link, and then I would just keep building up, and that's how I make my linked necklace. If you are soldering, you're going to leave that link open so that you can flux in that joint, put a piece of solder, press it down, and solder. So in the end, you're going to get a nice functional movable piece for bracelets or necklaces, building your own chain. This piece is an example of sections already linked together. If I turn it on its back here, you can see all of the loops coming through the holes in the pieces above. I am ready to flux and solder, or if I wasn't fluxing and soldered, I'd simply push these spaces down. I'm also using my last link as a closure. So instead of making a small loop on this last piece, I made a larger loop and a larger hole here, and it'll function like a hook and loop for a clasp. So that way I don't have to add any other clasp, and the necklace appears like a piece of art all the way through. Once I get these two babies finished up, I'll show you the finished product with all my little finishing touches and extra fun stuff. Have fun! All right, so here's the end product of the maple necklace. So what I have done, if you look carefully, is I've added a little bit of form to the branches so they're not just flat. So I've used pliers and my hands to form them. The same with this maple leaf and the ends of each of the whirly gigs, which is such a fun word, by the way. I've also polished all of this very carefully, and then I've applied a flame patina, which is what gives it the varied coloration. In the back, you can also see that we've got the clasp closure there. I have the clasp pointing out. It's hooked up. That way it's more comfortable. It lies flat on the neck. You always got to be thinking about your wearer's experience when you are designing jewelry. So make sure you're designing something that is comfortable for the person who is wearing it. So there is the outcome to this piece. The sample piece that I used to show you how to bend the links is not yet finished. I have to cut out more links because what I have was not enough to go all the way around the neck, as you can see. But you can see that there's really nice movement to it. It's hooking into some slots on the edge of this ginkgo leaf here. I need to make more pieces, and then I'm going to go in and polish everything up really nicely so there's some nice shine to everything and cleaned up. Really, I've been excited playing around with links the last couple months. It's something that's newer to me as a process, and I think it's a great addition to my own repertoire as a metalsmith. I hope you feel the same. Again, it's a relatively simple process. It's just time consuming in the construction of all of the links that you need to make to go all the way around the neck. But I do think that it makes for a more sculptural, unique piece, and something that feels a bit more artistic than just attaching a pendant to a chain. I hope you enjoy this addition to your knowledge, and I hope you come back and check out more videos soon. Take care, have fun, and have a wonderful day.